What's going on, y'all? Speak on it. News and politics. It's one of my favorite shows, man. Terrence, what's going on, bro?
What's good, everyone? Thanks for joining in. We are live today. Happy to bring you another segment of news and politics. It's been a while since we last did one. So, again, just look out for more content coming your way here soon. Hope everyone had a good holiday season, and
Indeed.
let's get this going. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, thank you for saying that because I wanted to jump right into this video about this crazy lady. But man, how was your holiday season, man? How was Thanksgiving?
Man, Thanksgiving was good. Just family came over. It's my favorite holiday, man, to show what we're thankful for. As a family, as a unit, I
Yeah.
put together a nice little spread for everyone, and it went off with no hiccups outside of a few little scrapes, from the kitchen knife. But
Right.
that's
Right.
what we plan for. Yeah.
Excellent. 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 How about Mackenzie? Did she have some Thanksgiving food? Did she have some Thanksgiving food?
Of course, she had little yams. She had some candy yams. She
Little
loving
sampler
them.
platter.
I made my world famous banana pudding, so she was munching on that, a little bit as well. So
Okay.
she had a good first Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
hmm
Amina, Amina had a. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I was going to ask you, what about Amita Rose?
Man, listen, man, she had a good time, bro. She had more than yams and banana pudding. That baby had everything that we had, short of the brisket, right? She had a blast. She had a blast. It was phenomenal. Just seeing her like taste all of these new flavors for the first time, and it
Yeah.
was really cool that it just kind of lined up with her being 9 months old enough to have Thanksgiving with us. So we gave her a little bit of everything, and she might be hooked. So we got to make sure we got to get her back on that baby food before she
Yep.
we trying
Full
to eat grown up
disclosure.
meals.
Full disclosure to everyone out there, man. Our babies are like 2 weeks apart, so
Yeah, for sure.
they're the next dynamic duo. So look out for them as they
Indeed.
as they grow. Yep.
Yeah, they'll be making an appearance on the show at some point.
Yeah.
We'll have both of them on the show. But shout out to Amina Rose and Mackenzie, definitely. So let's get to it, man. Let's get
Yes,
to it.
sir.
This is a crazy story, bro. I saw this story a while back, man. Like probably about a month ago, and I've been wanting to talk about this story since then. But it's been so much other stuff going on that this just kind of got pushed back. But we found an update to this story, so I think it's a good time, to go in and just kind of bring this story to you guys. So today we're talking about Lauren Dooley of Colorado Springs, crazy lady, who had a date with a guy, and we're gonna let the news story tell you what happened, and then we're gonna come back with some comments. Check this crazy shit out.
If you ever needed a cautionary tale about online dating, this is a strong contender.
One alleged victim in Colorado Springs went from hooking up to being tied up, and what happened next sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. Good evening, I'm Bart Bedsole.
And I'm Heather Skold. Thanks for making us your choice for your news at 10 o'clock. Tinder terror. Tonight, 13 Investigates is learning startling new details about a Tinder date that turned violent inside a Colorado Springs apartment.
Investigative reporter Sean Rice is live at the Hills Apartments along East Cache La Poudre with more on this bizarre case. Sean?
Yeah, but Heather, a 21-year-old man arrived here at this apartment complex after meeting a girl on the dating app Tinder. Mere minutes after entering her apartment, he found himself tied up and bleeding profusely after being stabbed multiple times by a kitchen knife.
Pretty shocking to know somebody lives right around the corner is capable of doing this.
Lori Gloria says the Hills apartment doesn't typically see a lot of police activity. They were out in force this past Wednesday night. Court records say Colorado Springs police were there to arrest 22-year-old Lauren Dooley on felony kidnapping and assault charges. She's accused of tying up and cutting a man she had just invited over that night.
It scares me. I mean, I saw the gentleman, he was cut pretty good, and to think that somebody could do that is pretty scary.
Police records say Dooley used a kitchen knife to cut the man's shoulder before placing a belt around his neck and choking him for 20 seconds. The arrest affidavit says Dooley even ordered food from DoorDash, warning the victim, quote, "If you scream or say anything, I'll kill you." After Dooley fell asleep, the man was able to break free and run into the parking lot. It's where Gloria found the pair of young adults.
When I came outside, there was a gentleman outside. He was bleeding and he didn't have any clothes on. And there was a young lady standing in front of him. It was pretty scary.
A search of the apartment revealed a kitchen knife, several blood-soaked rags, and blood in the bathroom. Court records say Dooley refused to speak or answer questions from investigators. She also did not answer her door when 13 Investigates sought answers from the 22-year-old. Now the tight-knit apartment community can only wait and watch, hopeful that this Tinder terror was a one-off, isolated incident.
This is really unexpected. Like I said, all our neighbors here watch out for each other, so I hope nothing like this happens again.
This is the first.
So this is the affidavit that we're looking at, but let me before we get to the affidavit, Terrence, I mean, what are your thoughts on this story?
The first
man?
thing that comes to mind is, why is he knocking on her door? Isn't she in jail?
That was the first thing that came to my mind too.
Hey, can you believe that? I mean, you literally kidnapped, strangled. Words can't express the privilege that was displayed there. You can literally threaten to kill, not only threaten, but take actions to kill someone and be sent home to go sleep in your blood-soaked bed almost the same day.
I didn't even think about going home to your blood-soaked bed. Her apartment is a crime scene, and she's just in it. Yo,
wow.
Listen, let's look at this affidavit so we can get some more, because the news just kind of went over it, but they didn't really tell you, like, you know,
the extent that it's
really
PG rated.
happened.
It's a PG rated version.
Listen,
you know what they're trying to tell you.
I also find it interesting that they kept using the word cut when he was obviously stabbed. So let's look at the charges that she's facing, because the charges that she's facing are interesting in and of themselves, right? So she's got second-degree kidnapping, assault in the second degree, menacing, and false imprisonment. Now, these are 4 different felonies and a misdemeanor. And she's home for Thanksgiving.
Hold on. False imprisonment, meaning you how is it not kidnapping? So pretty much her tying him up, putting him in the bed. For y'all don't know,
well,
he was
the first charge is second-degree kidnapping.
The false imprisonment though, like, come on. There's no false imprisonment. I don't know their criteria for that, but there should be no misdemeanors. They put a misdemeanor on there so that they can plead it down. So they can say, okay, we're not going to get you for kidnapping, but you're going to have to plead down to false imprisonment. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing.
So wait a minute. Let's look at this for a second. So this is the officer describing what happened. Investigative dispatch advisors a call with an open line where a male and a female could be heard. The call taker could hear the male, later identified as the victim, say he was bleeding all over the bed. He also told someone, "Because you cut me and you're going to kill me." Now, this is what they're hearing. The dispatchers hearing this on the phone, on the 911 call. Upon the arrival, residents, a naked man in the parking lot. Officers located the naked man bleeding from a laceration. Also, actively backing away from the suspect. This is in the police report. They appeared to have blood smeared all over her arms and hands. Okay, exclaimed that Lauren tied him up and cut him. Lauren was detained, but it immediately invokes her Miranda rights, which means she's not stupid. Okay. They sat on Lauren's couch and talked for a bit. Lauren then proceeded to take his clothing off and perform oral sex on him. She then used duct tape to bind his wrists together and ankles. He found it odd but consented. Okay, so this guy may be a dumbass, but that doesn't mean that you should be tied up and stabbed, okay?
I mean, he was on a Tinder date. You know, he was just ready for, you know, what it was, and I mean, after you get a little, you know, something like that, you ain't thinking, right?
So let me ask you this. Okay, in the police report, it says that she basically topped this man off to disarm him.
Mm-hmm.
Is this not a sexual assault case?
I don't see how it couldn't be.
Is this not rape?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's not, because she gave him the fellatio before she tied him up.
Okay. But it is sexual. But okay, maybe not rape, but is this not a sexual assault case? Because I promise you that if a man did this to a woman, it would be a sexual assault case. Okay? Like, this is wild.
Yeah.
This is wild, bro. I mean, this would definitely be a sexual assault case if this was a man who had, you know, finessed his way into a woman's house, you know, and got her, disarmed her with his charm or whatever it is, and ended up tying this woman up, stabbing her multiple times. Okay. Do you think that man would be spending Thanksgiving with his family?
Ain't no way. I mean, just the timeline of events, like, she really tied this dude up, and then after she stabbed him, she tells him while he's bleeding to go get in the bath. You're bleeding everywhere. Go get in the bathtub, and he tries to rinse him off, and then after that, go get in the bed. I'm still bleeding. While they're in, and in the meantime, I'm going to order DoorDash because I'm hungry. Not that I'm a psychopath and I'm threatening to kill you and I'm doing all this, but I'm going to stop in between. I'm going to order DoorDash, and then we're going to get in my bed, and you're going to lay next to me as you're bleeding and tied up, and I'm going to say I'm going to kill you if you get up. Luckily, she fell asleep. I guess she was that comfortable. She fell asleep. He was able to get away. Just think of what would happen if she didn't fall asleep, or if she woke up before. Yeah.
He realized the knife that she had stabbed him with was under the blanket. Like, she stabbed this man and then put both of them under the blanket and spooned up next to him, right? With this man tied up and bleeding. And he shimmied the knife up to his hands with his feet and cut himself loose. And then as he was trying to sneak out of the apartment, he knocked into a table and it woke her up. And then he's got a knife in his hand. He's free, and she's 5'4", 110 pounds. But at this point, he's so terrified, he doesn't even realize I can just beat her ass at this point.
It's a fight or flight kind of thing.
It's are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? And this woman, and you got the news just knocking on her front door like it's supposed to be cool. I want to
interview you. Yeah. Like, this is normal. Is this the new normal, to where, we have a new potential Jeffrey Dahmer in the making?
And the reason why we're asking is because at the time when this story came out, this was the most popular thing that was on Netflix. Everybody was talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix, and then this happened. So it's a little bit out of context because it happened a while ago, but when it happened in the moment, bro, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
So, a black man was kidnapped and strung up and threatened to be killed, and hey, the person who did it was released right back into the house. I mean,
no big deal.
Like, How? I just don't get it. Because if it was, we could throw race out of the picture. If it was just reversed and a man did this to a woman, you are not getting out of jail. Do not pass go. You're not collecting $200. You are sitting your butt in there because you're
Doesn't
a
matter
threat
if it's
to
your first
society.
offense.
Exactly, you are a threat to society. This is a heinous crime. It's worse than just shooting your op. Quote unquote, someone that you had beef with. This is worse. This is a methodical, planned out, event
I
that a
agree.
person decided to do,
I agree.
and they just let her go like it was nothing.
So the last thing that you can see is that she had a court date on, I believe, October. This happened in September. I believe she had a court date early October, like the 6th or the 7th or something. And then it just kind of goes cold, right? We had to dig and dig and dig, all right? We were on the case. And we found out that in El Paso County, Lauren Dooley has a case. Oh, damn. I think it's December 13th.
Yeah, so it looks like her case was continued to the middle of December. So we're definitely going to keep following this case.
Oh, yeah.
People have to be held accountable, man. Like, hey, I don't live in Colorado Springs, but y'all better talk to them prosecutors and
Seriously.
you ask them, what the hell's going on? Like, you can't let something like this slide and just sweep it under the rug. This is news that's important because what happens if she does it again, and who's responsible?
Right. The same way they let Jeffrey Dahmer go multiple times. They let this woman go when she is obviously a menace to society. And it could be multiple reasons for why they let her go, but there are a couple of reasons that are so obvious that they don't need to be spoken. All right. We'll be following up with this story for sure.
Definitely.
All right, man. That's news and politics. We'll catch y'all in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.